Hey y'all, we're doing something a little different. We are headed to Desoto State Park, and if you'll notice, we're not driving the Suburban, so we're not pulling a camper, and we're not in the Inchworm, and that is because today we are going to stay in a cabin at Desoto State Park in the northeastern corner of Alabama. It's pretty fun to be driving in a vehicle with air conditioning and that can go the speed limit, but I miss the Inchworm.
I don't know if the camera can see the outside. It's pretty cloudy here. It's actually, I think it feels like, to me it feels like it's been raining for 40 days and 40 nights.
It does.
I'm hoping to find some dry air up in the great north. That's North Alabama, that is. Yeah. 250 miles north of here.
Good morning, everybody. We made it to our cabin without incident last night, and so this morning I'd like to give you a tour of cabin number 12 at Desoto State Park. We'll start the tour with this stone and wood fence. Most of the structures in this park were built from native sandstone and timbers harvested nearby. Later, we'll take a hike to the quarry where most of the stone was excavated. As you can see, this cabin sits close to a ledge, and I'm sure the fence was built to keep guests from tumbling off. Cabin 12 was built in the late 1930s by CCC Company 472, the first company to arrive in the Fort Payne area. They built the cabins and lodge, constructed roadways and bridges, planted trees, and cleared hiking trails. The lower walls of this cabin are made of stone, and the upper walls from hand-hewn timbers joined with dovetail notches. The cabin has a nice porch with a swing and a couple of rocking chairs. Nicely crafted stone steps take you into the living room where there are hardwood floors, a large stone fireplace, and hand-hewn ceiling beams. There's a dining room with 4 chairs and a kitchenette with a small stove, sink, and full-sized refrigerator. The living area has a sofa and a mini split air conditioner that cools the entire cabin. It looks like the walls have been sealed with some type of glossy finish, which really brings out the beauty of the hand-hewn logs. You can see the marks made by the hewing adze. The same marks are seen on the beams in the ceiling as well. Off the living room is a bedroom. I read a lot of complaints about the mattress online, but I slept like a baby, lulled to sleep by the hypnotic music of the katydids that dwell in the trees here. Off the bedroom is a bathroom with a toilet, sink, and shower. Back on the porch, we can see the dovetailed ends of the logs used to separate the bedroom from the living room, and the gorgeous view from the porch deserves one last look. The CCC Quarry Trail begins across the street from the country store and winds through hardwood trees and rock outcroppings. Saw a wide variety of mushrooms, some protruding from the forest floor, and polypores thriving on fallen trees. The quarry itself was deeper than it looks. You can see Joe climbing around down there to give you some perspective. It's hard to see the chiseled rocks and debris left behind by the quarry workers due to the overgrowth of trees and shrubs. In the words of Dr. Malcolm in Jurassic Park, nature always finds a way. We were pretty hot after our hike to the quarry, so we returned to the cabin for some lunch and then donned our swimsuits and went in search of a place to cool off. So this is the Blue Hole swimming area. It's really nice. There's just a lot of traffic noise. That's the only downside, but the swimming, it looks nice and clear and perfect for swimming. Feels pretty good. It is low. We woke up to this little guy prowling around the bathroom floor. Joe carefully brought him outside so we could get a better look at him. I can't get over his prehistoric appearance. Turns out there's 2 species of scorpion that live in Alabama. The hint-striped scorpion and this one, the southern unstriped scorpion, also known as the southern devil scorpion. Who knew? But don't worry, they're relatively harmless, and unless you're allergic, their sting is a little bit like a wasp. We started the day with a drive down the Little River Canyon Rim Parkway. At LYNN Overlook, there's a beautiful meadow of wildflowers growing on the rocky canyon rim. Rough blazing star, also known by other names such as button snakeroot and tall gray feather, contrasted beautifully with bright yellow tick seed. Blazing star is very important to bumblebees, and they are a source of nectar for butterflies such as the Gulf fritillary and spicebush swallowtail. In the same meadow, we found reindeer lichen growing beneath a canopy of Nuttall's rayless goldenrod. Reindeer lichen, like the diverse mushrooms we saw on the CCC Quarry Trail, belong to the fungi kingdom. They can be found in the Arctic tundra, but can also grow in extreme heat. I've seen a lot of it in the Florida Panhandle. They are extremely slow growing, 1/8 to 3/8 of an inch a year, so you can imagine how many years it took to grow all of this up here. That being said, It's very important not to disturb it. Nuttall's rayless goldenrod is listed as growing in scattered pockets in Alabama, Florida, Louisiana, Texas, and Georgia, blooming from September through November. It is considered an alpine plant, which in this case loosely means that it grows amongst the rocks. It does not meet the more restrictive criteria of growing at high altitudes or hibernating under the snow. It is what I would call a southern alpine plant. I've never seen it growing in Mississippi, and it's not listed as growing there, but I wouldn't be at all surprised to find it among the rocky outcrops at Tishomingo State Park. Yeah, the air's really pleasant. So it's really, really nice. At the end of the LYNN Overlook parking lot, there's a trail that follows the rim of the canyon. It's a beautiful walk. We're going to Joe's keeping his eyes peeled for the sundews as we walk. But like I said, I'm afraid that maybe some people have been harvesting them. Gosh, it's pretty on this ridge though. And I love being able to hear the sound of the river below. I don't even know if I can show just how deep that is. Joe's on a higher ledge. There's another waterfall going down into it. And it's just absolutely stunning. And then the creek goes up that way. And this little creek flows into Little River. So if you had the right shoes and you were a skilled boulder hopper, you could probably make it down to the river this way. But it'd be, I would not do this with children, or I wouldn't do it myself. I just am not that skilled. The trail ends at LYNN Creek, which we'd never seen before. Fortunately, Joe had the shoes and the skills to scramble down and get some footage of the creek. The things you see when you first start on the Canyon Rim Parkway is this. It's called Mushroom Rock. It's really interesting rock formation in the middle of the road. Also, there's some rock formations along the road here that you can kind of walk around. So let's go take a look. Let's see what we see up in here. Ooh, that's interesting. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, speaking of defacing. It's a shame when people do this kind of stuff. I mean, what is the point? I mean, I really don't get the point of this. I don't understand vandalism. I never have. I mean, what is the deal? I mean, what do you get out of that? Noah and Lindsay, what the hell are you getting out of it, you jerks?
Drive the same roads every day. We both get there our own way. Thistle and an apple tree. How different two souls can be. But we both grow from the same sorrow. If we both know we'll be together tomorrow, I can be like a tree in the wind. Same old roots, but I can bend, turning to understand and sway together.
We are here at the Hippie Hole, or it's known by 3 different names. Traditionally, Hippie Hole, Martha's Falls, and Little Falls. There is a trailhead in the parking lot of the Little River Falls parking lot. You take this trail, which wasn't too bad coming in, but it's going to be a challenge going out because there's a lot of steps going up. So I've got my walking sticks and I'll be wet, so hopefully I'll be able to do it. But this place is gorgeous, and I'm just going to show you around a little bit.
Now it's almost like a dance, a rendering of stubbornness, and it just cuts us deeper through the longer I'm away from you. Yeah, we fight good, we make love better if we both know we'll be together forever. I can be like the tree in the wind, same old roots, but I can bend, learning to understand and sway together. Easy, baby. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Yeah, we fight good, we make love better if we both know we'll be together forever. We can be like the trees in the wind, same old roots, but we can bend, learning to understand and sway together. We can be like the trees in the wind, same old roots, but we can bend, learning to understand and sway together.
We close the day with a drive to Brow Park in Mentone to watch the gathering storm clouds and the sunset. We started the day at a semi-murky Desoto Falls and then took a trip to another new swimming hole, Canyon Mouth Park. This is Canyon Mouth Park. Got a little rain happening. Once the rain let up, we really enjoyed this place. It's part of the Little River Canyon National Preserve, so if you have a national park pass, it's free to get in. Otherwise, it's $15 a car. It's a really great spot for families. There's no steep hills to climb to get to the swimming hole. There are shallow areas and deep pools. There are plenty of picnic tables and even a playground for the kiddos. Best of all, despite it being the end of summer, the water was still clear and refreshing. Just outside the park, Joe and I came across a patch of cardinal flowers. Cardinal flowers like it wet and can be found along ditches, stream banks, and boggy savannas. Their flowers have unique petals, 3 lower petals and 2 upper petals that unite in a long tube. It's difficult for most pollinators to reach into the tube, so here in the southeast, they're almost exclusively pollinated by ruby-throated hummingbirds. Due to their beauty, they're endangered in some places due to overpicking. But if you're ever lucky enough to find yourself in a cardinal flower patch, you're almost sure to hear the buzzing beat of hummer wings. Our last stop of the trip was Congo Park, located on Johnny's Creek. You have to have a permit to enter this area, and they're easily obtained online. Cost is $7.50 per person. Huh? Is it chillier? Dogs make really good, they're good substitutes for shrews, right, Joe?
Yeah, a shrew is like a large mouse with tusks.
A shrew is just like a dog, except for with carpet on it and fangs glued. Anyway, all joking aside, we had a great time. We've been up here a lot of times, but we went to some places this time that we had never been before. Mostly the hippie hole. I don't know how we'd never. I always thought the hippie hole was Johnny's Falls, which is now Congo Park. And it turns out that that's not the hippie hole. The hippie hole is real close to Little River Falls. You have to take about I don't know. It's a hike into the hippie hole.
I think it's like a mile and a half in and out.
Yeah, maybe a mile and a half in and out. Maybe not. Anyway, it's a little bit strenuous at the end because you do have to go down like 135 stone steps that don't have a rail. I had my walking stick, so it was no problem at all. Even going up, of course for me, with my knees and my arthritis, going down is usually harder. But even, I mean, both of them, it really wasn't bad. If you're pretty good with your hiking sticks, you should have no problem getting down there. And it is totally worth it. It's one of the prettiest, nicest swimming holes I've been to. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. So the hike was along the canyon rim until you get to those steps. So that was a beautiful hike.
Oh yeah, that's true. The hike itself was beautiful.
And then it's got a couple of falls and pools and a ledge, and just you're swimming all around rocks and beautiful, clear, cool, refreshing water. So it was wonderful.
Yeah, and we went during the week, and we went on a Thursday, and there was there were maybe 3 other groups there the whole time. Some left while we were there, and some came while we were there. But they're just, you could get off by yourself and not be around anybody. It was wonderful. Also,
we didn't see any shrews or anything down there either. So it's safe.
It's safe, yeah. Yada, yada, yada. I could discuss bad movies all day long, but I'll grant you a reprieve. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons and share with your friends. In fact, share generously and watch often. And as always, thanks for hanging out with us. We hope to catch you later on the road less traveled.